Alafia. This is Aliyah from the House of Kundalini, Botanica. Today is going to be a video about Oya, who I always love to call Mama Oya. Today I just felt so compelled to just talk about this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energetic force. When I started to think about me talking about her today, it was just like so much of information was like downloading in my mind and in my spirit, and I just wanted to speak and say everything that I want to say all at once. So I said, you know what, Aliyah, calm down, just note some things out. So I did write some notes. I felt like I was writing a poem. Because I was just like so excited and so passionate about just talking about her. I love her so much. Well, I just want to put a disclaimer out, right? There is so much that you can talk about when it comes to Oya. So many things. So if I don't cover everything, please note that her expressions are not limited to what I discussed in this video, okay? I honor her. I love her. I resonate with her. She has helped me with so much things in my life. She has given me empowerment. She has, oh man, she has done so much for me, and she is so loyal. I love Mama Oya, but anyway, just looking at my notes, and again, this is from the things that I was taught, okay? The things that I was taught by elders or what have you, and also me going out and doing the research myself too, okay? But from what I was taught and from my research as well, Oya means she who tears, right? And when we think about tearing, it's not all bad as society will want you to think, like, oh, you're just tearing things up, you're destroying, and she does all those things, but she does it with a purpose. She does it so that the highest greatness of you and the situation will manifest. Oya, or Mama Oya, like I like to refer to her as, deals with transformation. Things must die in order so that new things can form, okay? And with this transformation, she brings forth growth, out with the old, in with the new. I remember listening to Lauryn Hill's album Unplugged when she said that God is change. Who wakes up and be the same person that they are today, tomorrow? And that's exactly who Oya is. She's all about change. She's all about peeling that layer of onion from what you thought you knew of yourself to getting more of a deeper and a visceral understanding of yourself and the situation. She also protects the ancestors, also known as the Eguns. And she stands at the gate and she guides the recently deceased onto their new destination. Or I won't even like to use that word destination because it sounds like it's just finalized. But she transitions them along to their new form of life cycle. She governs funeralizations. As I said, she's found at the doorway of the cemetery. And yes, she brings forth death. But when we think of death, we're thinking about a metamorphosis when we're thinking about Mama Oya. When we're thinking about death, you can go to her, especially if you're battling addictions and you want to change from what is killing you, and she brings forth the destruction of the things that are what I would consider to be decomposing your ashe. Um, and another thing about her is that her colors are rainbows, and there's a metaphysical reason behind that. And her expression, well, one of her expressions, I should say, is through lightning, right? And I know for myself is that sometimes when I look in the sky when it's about to rain or I see lightning, I see like a color spectrum that just comes across the sky, and then you see that lightning strike, right? Well, the rainbow represents that color spectrum, excuse me. And that color spectrum are the various colors of the rainbow. And when she strikes with force, okay? And that's another reason why when people go to venerate her or honor her or pay tribute to this beloved energy, they say Oya Hekwahe. And from what I was told from an elder, the Hekwahe actually means the ripping sound when we hear the lightning strike, thunder or lightning strike. And it's almost like a ripping sound, like you're ripping a sheet, like, right? So that's why we give her that honor and say, Oya Hekwahe, she who tears. And it's so deep, I'm actually getting goosebumps as I'm thinking about that, because she doesn't say no tooth for the fever, okay? She is very real, she's very bold, but yet she is a lady. She's not just one to come in and just huff and puff and blow your house down. She assesses the situation before she strikes. Okay, she's very intelligent. She's so intelligent that Shango really relied on her wisdom, especially when both of them ruled the Oyo kingdom. She is Shango's wife. Make no mistake about it. Now we hear stories about, oh, Shango and Oshun, but he honored her and married her. And the interesting thing about those two energies is that Shango, who represents life, and she, or Ya, who represents death, they balance each other out with the energy of life and death. And Shango, being the energy that resonates with fire, and Mama Oya, being an energy that resonates with the wind, they feed off of each other if the energies are used within a balanced context. Excuse me if you hear my child in the back. I have kids, so, they play around the house or what have you. But, yeah, she is the wife of Shango. They go to war together. You know what I'm saying? They're like the true essence of ride or die, so to speak. Shango is seriously in love with Oya, okay? She's very beautiful. Her energy is very beautiful. She's very loyal. And she's very real. And her other manifestation is a mask. Not that she wears a mask, but the mask because she removes that which is hidden, that which is not voluntarily revealed. Okay? Don't come to Oya with any lies, okay? Because she will pull it out, okay? Don't tell a lie and don't withhold the truth, okay? Also, Oya is, just going over some notes over here. Oya is an astute businesswoman, right? If you are thinking about getting any business projects, be an entrepreneur, career change, or you want to elevate, you know, your career status, you go to Oya. She is very, very knowledgeable when it comes to business, when it comes to finance. She's impeccable when it comes to that, and I can speak from personal experience. Um, you know, as I said, that her manifestations are also of the wind. Her element, I should say, is of the wind. But there's actually a river in her honor, in Africa, called the Oya River. And some people might not want to bear witness that she's also a water entity as well, but she is. And she's very much honored in that sacred place, in that sacred space in Africa. You know, when I think about Oya in conjunction with the Egun, and we talked about earlier her being about transformation, change, metamorphosis, uh, the protector of the doorways of the cemetery. You know, it just makes me think, you know, how powerful she is. You know, um, if you really want to do spiritual work and work with the Egun, she can help you as well. She really takes honor with someone coming to her to help you honor your Eguns. And when I first started this spirituality, my first form of doing this spirituality was honoring my Eguns. And I still believe that, you know, you shouldn't jump over your Eguns because they know you best. But when I started working with Egun and I learned about Oya, I was like, wow, I just resonate with this energy so much. And I was like, wow, I'm just so blown away about her mysteries, about the little that I do know of her. Because like I said, it's infinite things that you can learn about Mama Oya. And no way near my discrediting Oshun. I love Oshun as well. But I think when really modern society started to really embrace what we call melanated traditions or African traditions, especially when Beyonce presented the image of Oshun, where she gave the expression of Oshun. Everybody was like, oh, I resonate with Oshun, I resonate with Oshun. And, you know, and there's so many other Orishas out there that are so wonderful to learn about, right? And she's definitely one of them. She's definitely one of them. She's a protectress. She's a mother. She's a wife. Favorite wife of Shango. Let's not get that twisted. You know, and that kind of like makes me wonder when we talk about love work or what have you. And I've heard of people doing love work with Shango and Oya, and serious matrimony was manifested from that or what have you. She is definitely intelligent or what have you. You know, even though she's like multiple colors, or she represents multiple colors in the rainbow spectrum, I should say. But when I see the color purple, for some odd reason, instantly I think of Mama Oya. I think that because of the fact that she is so much correlated with the Eguns, she's correlated with death and just change. Those are all dark aspects of mystery, right? And she also deals with a lot of clairvoyance too. And when I see that color purple, it makes me think of that unknown. or whatever. Sometimes we are afraid to step into the unknown. And that's when Oya comes in and is like, no, baby, step into it. Because what you really could be afraid of is really something that is not even worth to be frightened of at all. She gives you that courage. She gives you that confidence. She gives you that power to do change. If everyone did what they thought and was not inhibited by fear of change or inhibited by what if this don't work, man, this world definitely would be a better place. I'm telling you, she is so courageous. You know, we call her, you know, we say Shango is courageous because he deals with courage and everything, but she is. Because a lot of people hold themselves back because they're afraid of change. A lot of people like to play it safe, and a lot of people don't want to take risk. So what happens when they don't do that, they keep themselves at, they put a cap on themselves. Nah, oh yeah, baby. I'm gonna be free as a bird. You know, I'm the air. You know, I'm everywhere all at the same time. You know, I embody change. I embrace it. You know, I challenge change rather change challenging me. Oh man. Um, you know, with me doing readings and especially the tarot card, when I see the death card, that is one of the tarot cards that I always think about. I always think about Oya when I look at that card because it's more than what meets the eye. You know, when you first look at it, it's kind of frightening because again, we're dealing with the shell, and we're dealing with, you know, perception of death, of what we were taught in this society. But when we really investigate it and we're like, wow, that's really beautiful. That change is going to lead into that. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. I should have done it a long time ago. That's what a lot of people say. When they find out the change is not so frightening. Oya is also associated with the broom because she gets rid of people, places, and things, and even the inner man in us that is killing us. If it don't serve you good, if it don't work to the highest good, get rid of it. Don't keep it around occupying your space, your time, or even your attention. Get it out. Don't waste no time on it. Get that out. And you better be prepared when you bring Oya into your home and into your world, that when she's ready to improve you, she's gonna get rid of everything that don't serve you well, even the things that you were denying or the things that you knew you should be getting rid of but were too afraid to get rid of. She will give you that spark of ideas. She will give you that strength to just carry on and, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm out. You know, I'm not done with this. This is not serving the highest greatness of me. You know, you will get that gust of confidence to change and be fearless. And that's who she is. She is definitely fearless. Okay? She's very fearless. You know, I don't know, I'm almost getting like choked up thinking about her because she has helped my life so much. You know, I worked many years as a nurse, okay? And with me being a nurse, you know, when I first started it, I loved it. I still do. I still love doing nursing. But I always wanted to have my own business, and me being a mom and stuff like that, I was nervous and afraid to step out in the realm of being an entrepreneur and establishing my own businesses, because I had so much financial and career security as being a nurse, you know, like, you know, it's not hard to get a job. It's not hard to keep the job as a nurse, so long that you're working in the scope of being ethical. And I called on Oya for another reason that I won't disclose. But I was forewarned by my godparent, like, oh, you bring Oya in the house, girl? yeah, I'm praying with Oya. And, oh, you must be ready for change. And I was like, no, 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 I'm only calling her on for this situation. And the elder looked at me and was like, okay, good for you. And when I brought her in my home, I want to say instantly, I ain't gonna go that far and say that, but I do know that over time I started to change. I started to have more courage. I started to think like, wow, I should be my own boss. I need to leave an inheritance when I become an ancestor for my children and my children's children's children. Here we go, dealing with the ancestors, and we're dealing with Mama Oya. I'm thinking along those lines. I'm like, what am I holding myself back for? I started teaching my children, being your own boss. My daughter said, Mommy, I want to grow up and be a teacher. I said, okay, you could be a teacher, and then when you get, advanced enough in the teaching thing, own your own school, right? So I started to get these new change of ideas and changing my belief systems, change and have more faith in things, and believing that things were happening, having like a picture in my mind and seeing it laid out in my mind that these things were going to manifest. And a lot of that was attributed to Oya, because you got to realize these Orishas, they deal with your head. It's a lot. It's really much psychological. And when we hear these stories about these beautiful energies, their stories are just basically mirror images of the life that we can resonate with. And although some of the stories might be a little different, but they're still relatable. Okay? And it's so amazing because, I'm not even going to go all deep there, but all in all, this video is to share just some of the information and just talk about the beautiful energy of Oya. And this is also like my video offering to her, just to let her know that her good deeds are acknowledged and are much appreciated, and that she is totally loved. So in conclusion, try to learn as much as you can about the Orishas, learn more about the Eguns, the ancestors, and like, share, comment, and subscribe. Peace, y'all.